Kingdom people, they don't want to rise up, so they want to pull you down. See, kingdom people, these people don't want to put in the work. They want to do the bare minimum. They want to seem like they're doing their big one where they are. However, they don't want to reach for more. But you're reaching for more, and they have a problem with that. You're not okay with the bare minimum. You got big dreams, big goals. And even if you're just chilling, God blesses you big. God takes good care of you. And so, even in that, you are, in their eyes, doing your big one. And in their mind, they feel like you making them look small. And so, they want to pull you down. Because they don't want to rise to the occasion. And even if you chilling, and when I say chilling, I mean you're not out here doing a whole lot, especially if you are older in age and you've pretty much done all of that, and God may have you in a place where you just chill, or you know, maybe you have some finances from wherever it has come from, where you're more settled in life and you don't have to do all that work for whatever reason. However you have it, God has blessed you with it, and so you live a more softer life. For my ladies, and you men, you live a more chill life. And even in that, for my men, even if you live a more chill life, you still about your business. For my women too, you still about your business. You show up and do what you need to do as you need to do it, so your business can continue to be taken care of. And so here's the thing, it looks good on you. You look real elevated. You look real glowed up, because it's not even just what you do, it's how you do it. And because the hand of God is on you, because your light shines so bright, because God's glory rests upon you, you look real good doing it. And so whatever you do to these people look like it's real big. That's because God is real big in your life. And so either way, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, these people feel away. They don't want to rise up, even where God is concerned, even in following it in his ways, giving their lives to him. They don't want to do that. But it looks so good on you, they feel like it makes them look bad. It makes them look low. And so they want to pull you down, because they don't want to rise up. They don't want to rise to the occasion. They don't want to do better for themselves or for their lives. They want to settle where they are and just be comfortable and content where they are. And the issue is they're not comfortable and content with you around, because you make them feel a certain kind of way. You reflect back to them what they're doing and or what they're not doing. You're reflecting back to them how they can be doing better. And here's the thing, kingdom people, you're not trying to do that. You're just doing you, being who you are. But these kind of people in particular, they always looking around at other people, trying to size other people up, comparing themselves to them, and trying to see if they doing better than them, if they doing better than you and other people. They always doing this comparison thing. They always looking at somebody else, always in somebody else's business. And so with them being in this kind of a space all the time, if anybody look like they have it going on, if anybody look like they doing better than them in their mind, they want to pull them down, because they want to look like they doing better than everybody in the whole wide world, which we know they not. But the thing is, they don't have access to everybody in the whole wide world. But you're around them. You're in the vicinity. You're somewhere where they can view you. You're somewhere where they have some kind of access to you. They may not have access to your life, but they have access to you to where they can see you. And I just keep hearing, even if it's online. Cool. And so, kingdom people, for real, this is more so around people that may live around you, that may be in your workplace, that may frequent somewhere where you frequent. And so you see them, you cross paths with them on a regular basis. And they always all up in other people's business, looking at other people, trying to see, sizing everybody up, comparing themselves. And so they seeing their own selves into a frizzy, especially with you. And the issue with you, Kingdom people, is that they done tried to pull you down and tried to pull you down and tried to pull you down. They done tried all their tricks, all their games. They done been in that playbook. They done went back through all them pages and went back to the beginning. And nothing works with you. They done went over there in them dark arts, went down to hell, and tried to shuffle up some stuff from hell to try to take you down to no avail. All because they don't want to rise to the occasion. All because they want to look like they're risen to the occasion, but really don't want to do it. And so, Kingdom people, these people, they real upset with you. Because, for one, they can't take you out. But they sure try. And you may even think, why do these people keep going? They already know they can't take me out. You know why they keep going, Kingdom people? Because they don't have nothing else to do. This is what they do. They don't have nothing to lose, I've been told. Even though in some ways they do. But what I heard this morning is they already lost their soul. So these people do have something to lose. They can lose finances. They can lose their home, their housing, or whatever the case may be for them. But they're not considering all that. They feel like they don't have nothing to lose in comparison to you. In other words, they feel like you got it going on. They feel like you elevated. They feel like you're above them. And so with their thinking, they feel like they're at the bottom of the totem pole, and so they don't have nothing to lose. But as I already said, they actually do. But they're not thinking about that because they think they're so focused on you and what it is for you. And Kingdom people, you a work in progress. You probably not even where you want to be. And that's what they know too. They know you striving for something greater, for something better. And they don't want to do none of that. They already tripping on where you are. And you got the nerves to want to strive for more. You want to go further than this. You want to do more than this. And a lot of what you're doing, and I'm just being corrected, all of what you're doing, for those of you who are truly in alignment with God, everything you're going after is what God is moving you towards. And they ain't on that kind of time because they ain't moving on what God is moving them to do. They doing the exact opposite. They have allowed themselves to be used by Satan. They moving on what Satan is moving them to do. And I'm just itching and scratching. Kingdom people, listen. Y'all got these people itching and scratching. I'm trying to tell you. They tripping. Because you just keep going, and they don't want to be. They done already tried to compete with you. They done already tried to one-up you. That don't work. Because for one, that ain't them, what they trying to do. They even try to one-up you on what you do. But what they try to one-up you on, that ain't even who they are. They can't even keep it up. I've seen people do something, call themselves doing what I do, one-upping me and me, with me. And they'll try to do it one time, even though it's not the same thing, and that's it. They're not even consistent. You know why? Because it's not them. It's not even something that they're interested in. It's not even something that's in them. So it don't last. It's not sustainable. And that's what a lot of these people realize. They can't compete with you. They can't one-up you. Not that you competing or you trying to one-up nobody. This ain't even about you. This about them. They make it about you, but it's really about them. All you do is reflect back to them what they need to do. Not in comparison to you, not battling with you And definitely not trying to pull you down, because that ain't what you're reflecting to them, to pull you down, to try to pull you down, should I say. But they do that because they don't want to have to rise to the occasion. These are the kind of people that don't like to take no accountability. They want the goods. They be wanting them goods. They want the good stuff. They want the good life. But to do what it takes to have that good life, no, they're not doing that. Only to a certain extent. And only to the point to where the devil rewards them for devouring others, for destroying others, for tripping others up, for taking others off their path, the path that God has for them. But they can't do that with you. So they tripped up now. They tripped up. Yeah. And so, yeah. And not just that kind of people. These are people who once thought they were better than you until they found out. Because see, they be thinking because you be chilling and you know, meek, so to speak, and you humble. Even though a lot of us, we used to be a mess. They don't know that though. Especially these new people rolling up on you. They don't know that God had to work it out in you for you to be the way that you are now. He had to clean you up. He had to get your mind right, get your heart right. You had to develop a self-control spirit. Because at one point in time, some of y'all would have went off. You did go off. Let me say that. At one point in time, you was going off. I know I was. But not no more. And that's what a lot of these people want to do. They tried that. They may be still trying to get you to react. But the point is, here is that they thought they was better than you, and then they found out, oh no, that ain't what this is. Not that you're trying to be better than them, but these are the kind of people that walk around thinking they better than somebody because they accomplished this, they got themselves an apartment, they got themselves a job, they got themselves a car. Maybe more than that, but I'm saying that's the bare minimum. And when people come from nothing and they get a little something like that, these kind of people, it go to their head. And then they out here doing the devil's work on top of that. So they walking around with their chest out like they doing a big one. And they come across you who just chilling. You know you ain't out here rah, 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 rah. You ain't nobody's bully. You ain't on all that dark stuff. God didn't clean you up. And they man think they better than you because they out here acting like a whole dog. They think they're better than you because they act like an animal. Because they out here doing evil and wickedness to get what they want. If you had to do evil and wickedness to get what you want, let me just tell you something. You ain't no big dog. Well, maybe you are a dog. But real strong people, real resilient people, they don't go to the dark side to get what they want. They don't have to mishandle and abuse people and do, harm to people to get what they want. But these people, that's what they do. The devil reward them for their evil, for their wickedness, for how they cause people to fall. And they were out here thinking they the big dog. But they found out they ain't the big dog. Or maybe they are. But they not doing a big one. Really. Because they looking at you and they like, oh, they really doing it though. And so because they don't really want to level up, they don't want to do the work and have to come up. And especially God's way. Especially, listen, they definitely ain't on that. But prayerfully at some point in their life, they will be on that. They will be on that kind of time. But in the meantime, they not on that. And so because they not on that, they not getting ready to rise to the occasion. They don't want to have to rise up. They want to pull you down.